Okay, guys, human endocrine system and homeostasis in human. My name is Mr. Mpepu, and today's date 9 May 2024, and the time there 43 minutes past 1 Thursday. With that being said, guys, sanibonani, dumelani, afsheni, hello. Guys, to all corners of South Africa and Africa Kabuphara. Today I welcome you to my class or to my session Learning Life Science with Mr. Mpepu. Today we'll be dealing with past questions from previous exams, right? So thank you for being here. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to like this video. So thank you for being here, guys. Today marks a day here under week 8. We are pushing this topic with these 2 full weeks here. So we are still under human endocrine system and homeostasis in humans. You'll agree with me. We are done with endocrine, exocrine, the glands, hormones, what the functions of those hormones, the negative feedback, what is happening when your glucose is going up, when it's going down. We give a brief of this, right? Carbon dioxide, water, salt, and thermoregulation. But next week, or from, as you can see, they still also want us to get into details of this negative feedback. Yes, we can just give a briefly nyana. So today let's go and see the questions. If when you find it hard to answer a certain question regarding this negative feedback, be prepared for Friday and next week. And if you are ready to move on, the next step and next week we'll have a beautiful a downslope movement, right? So thank you for being here, thank you for choosing me, guys. Let's move on. Let me not waste your time. Today I want to use a shortest time, right? So okay, let's see what we are going to do this side while I'm picking up my pen. How was your day, guys? How was your day? Mine was fine, or mine will be fine. I hope so. I hope we'll be fine. And now I can ask, how was your day? And then thank you. Let's meet again. Let's meet one another on the comment section. So today, November, we'll say November, and this was written last year, November 2022, right? So you see this question paper, you know this question paper. This is not the first time you see this question paper. You'll agree with me. Let's prove that you still remember this, right? The neurons there, the sensory neuron having the head there, and the dendrites and the axon terminal, and the dendrites, the myelin sheath, and the axon, and then the axon synaptic knob, right? You still remember that. Then this one we're still going to do it next week. Next week, the response of environment to our plants, right? The plants, how the plants respond to the environment. So if you still remember this question paper, then we are fine. Don't you have anything here? The homeostasis process whereby temperature 1.1.2, the homeostatic process whereby temperature is controlled in your body, thermoregulation, right? So if you don't know that, we are still going to talk about that, but know that, right? Know that we have a thermoregulation, we have water regulation, we have carbon dioxide maintenance, we have glucose maintenance, and we have salt maintenance in our body. 3 maintenances and 3 regulations. So 1.5, I want us to answer this today, and then that will be for today, guys. So thank you for being here, thank you for choosing me, thank you for choosing Mr. Mpepu. I appreciate you, all those who subscribed, guys. Hands up. I said shosholoza. Forward we go, phambili nge war. Hari pambili, no pambili. 1.5, the diagram below shows the interaction between 2 endocrine glands. So we have 2 glands that are interacting with other. The one is sending a message, and then the other one is sending the message. That the message is going to make a cycle up until it bites itself here. So this one here, you are yin and yang. You know this thing, the yin and yang. That's the same thing. You know, you'll find that you know this again. But this is a yin and a yang, right? Also, they depict this as a snake, that the snake is rounding, and then when it comes to its tail, that it bites itself. So this is a negative feedback, right? And yin and yang surrounding like that. So that mechanism or that process has to be kept has to be kept constant, or we have to maintain this process, or we have to control this balance using our endocrine system. We talked about this, right? And then the endocrine, the one that are secreting to the bloodstream, and the exocrine, the one that are secreting to the duct. We did that, right? So let's move on. We have pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is releasing a certain hormone, and we see that this certain hormone is going to affect our gland there, and then we only have the one gland there that we are going to concentrate on. That will be our thyroid, right? Thyroid. And then thyroid stimulated by thyroid stimulating hormone, and then thyroid is going to release a third hormone called a thyroxine. You'll agree with me, right? So this is the yin and the yang of our body. So this has to be constant, and you know that if now this is more, if we are releasing more, this one is going to malfunction, and then we increase the thyroid, and then we become goiter. We say the person only goiter, right? That thing is going to increase now because we are more stimulating it, but we are not releasing something that is going to cancel the stimulating of this thyroid gland. Do you understand that? Thank you. 1.1, 1.5.1 together, Mr. Pepu. Barry, name the type of interaction that occurs between hormone A and gland B. The type that is happening between hormone A and hormone B, that is what we are talking about, the yin and our yang. It's our negative feedback. Negative feedback mechanism, right? Mechanism. So this is the mechanism that it is biting itself while it's maintaining the homeostasis, right? It has to detect the balance when it's like the self. This is an autopilot, right? Yeah, this is an autopilot. It Tesla. You understand? You can just relax, and then Tesla takes you from point A up until point B without you doing anything, without you scratching your thyroid, relaxing. So liwena more automatic, automatic machine. So 1.5.2, identify gland B, hormone A, and hormone C. So they want those answers. We can do like this. The story of this machine, right? We said that this machine identify gland B. Gland B, we have already identified that will be thyroid, and then hormone A, TSH, or you can show that now I know the things, and it's right. Thyroid stimulating hormone. Can show them that, hey, I know the tabataka, my friend. I'm not claiming it. Even if you say FSH, I was still going to talk about it. Even if you were asking about luteinizing hormone, I was still going to talk about it. Even if you were talking about prolactin, I was still going to tell you, Uri, the prolactin is produced by our pituitary gland, and it's going to affect our mammary gland, and then the mammary gland, they are going to produce a milk. You understand? So hormone C, thyroxine, right? Thyroxine. What is the function of thyroxine? This thyroxine is going to go into our bloodstream and activate metabolism in our cells, right? And then also play a role in our brain development, something like that. So we are equipped here with information. The information is enough for us to move on. But name the disorder that results when gland B is overstimulated and becomes enlarged, right? So you can see when we overstimulate this gland B of ours, it's going to enlarge. It's going to increase. As you can see here, you are not the apple what, not the thing that they called an apple, Adam's apple, right? The goiter, you will see this. I'll show you when we are going to do the diseases. We are only going to deal with only two of them, this goiter and the diabetes, right? When insulin is insufficient in our body. So the goiter, your neck becomes enlarged. You have a big neck there. So that we say that is your thyroid being overstimulated. So the hormone A is being produced, but we are not producing hormone C, so that this hormone C can come and cancel or stop the valve that is producing this. We talked about this yesterday, right? So we go there, name the disorder. We say the disorder is called goiter, right? The increasing the enlargement of your throat. Then 1.4, 1.5.4, 1.5.4, which hormone, A or C? Okay, which hormone A or C will be expected to be high in the blood of the person with disorder named here? Then because this person here, he is not producing this, it means that this one here will be produced in large numbers, so that it will end up activating this and overstimulating it. So the hormone that we are going to see in large is going to be hormone A, right? You will agree with me? Agree? Said, yeah, boy, Captain, who live in the pineapple under the sea. Hi, Captain, SpongeBob SquarePants. So we have which hormone we are done, right? So let's see if we also have another question. You can see the sperm. This is not the first time we do this, right? So we talk. Here's the other one. Oh, 2.6. But the diagram below shows the homeostatic control of blood glucose. So now we are controlling that balance, that we have the glucose, and we understand that when the glucose goes up, what is going to happen? When our glucose goes up, our insulin is going to be produced so that it can convert this glucose. We did this yesterday, right? We said this side we are going to have glucose being changed to glycogen, glycogen, and then this side we will having our insulin. Is it, do we have E? Do we have E there at the top, in front of insulin? Let me see, maybe I have somewhere where I once wrote this insulin of mine. It's not there. So we'll just use that spelling for now. And then insulin divided by glucagon. So you know that glucagon, it is doing this, and then insulin, it is doing this. So insulin, it is converting glucose to glycogen, and then glucagon, it is converting glycogen to glucose. Like the wheels of the train, right? While we are going back. So that is the thing. That is the wheel, right? And then this is the wheel, you understand, or this is the yin and the yang. So if the yang is too much, the yang is, you know that thing. So if we don't have to talk much about the yin and the yang, but this is the wheel. So you can see here where the high blood glucose is going to increase, the high blood glucose level is increasing. While it's increasing, we want to remove this insulin here. But we can see that before we can remove the hormone, we have the gland A, and we also have the gland A. This one will be the same gland called the pancreas. You know, where do we remove this insulin and glucagon? We excrete them from an organ called pancreas. Right, you'll agree with me here. So this pancreas, you can see that it secretes hormone B, which this hormone B can be insulin in our statement, and then hormone C, which this hormone C can be glucagon. And then as you can see here, we'll have that stage, or we will have that glucose here. When we have more insulin, we are going to absorb it. When we have more glucagon, we are going to increase it. So the scale there, it also have to be at the narrower. So the scale has to be there. So when we see that the scale is going down, we have to produce glucagon, and this glucagon is going to convert that glycogen. Then while we are producing glycogen, we are pushing the scale up, right? We are pushing the scale up. Then we can see that when the scale goes up, maybe today the scale is here. We can see that our narrow limit there, our homeostasis, it has passed, right? So we have to do what? We have to push this scale down. And then how do we push this scale down? We push this scale by releasing insulin, and then this insulin is going to convert that glucose, that this scale here up, back to glycogen. So the insulin is going to push a glucose to glycogen. That pull back our gauge into the same thing. So when this is at the center there, it means that we have an equal amount of glucagon and we have equal amount of insulin, and the glucose in our blood, it is fine. It is not low, it is not high, it is fine. The moment there is a change, the moment that glucose in our blood increases, the insulin is going to be produced. Or the moment that glucose in our blood depleted or it goes down, the glycogen and the glucagon is going to be released. And where is this liver and the body cells, right? As you can see, we have the liver and our body cells. So in our liver and our body cell, or our muscles, this is the factory for glucose. This is the factory where we store glucose. This is our warehouse. We can put it like that. This is our warehouse. We store our glucose there. And if in the case when the production is being more, we are going to be storing. And when the time of hunger, I agree, there is a winter, there is summer, those who are doing farming, right? You know that you don't farm January to December. You have a certain time to farm. Then while that farm, you harvest, and then you go and you place your harvest into the warehouse, right? Waiting for the drought season. And then during the drought season, you go and take out your harvest and eat, right? So this is what is happening with our body. Our glucose is going to be stored as glycogen, so that is casina, so that it won't be rotten, or let's let's just use our imagination, right? We are storing this glucose as glycogen so that it cannot be spoiled in over time. So that glycogen can be stored for many years or many days, right? So for that glucose now, for this glucose now to turn it into glycogen, we have to add our insulin, right? And then now for that glycogen to turn it back to glucose, we have to add glucagon. Then here this side will be glucagon, right? So this is what is happening with our negative feedback of glucose, as you can see, right? So you can see that our glucagon, it is there to change that glycogen, to change this glycogen back to glucose, maintaining that level in our bloodstream. So if in our bloodstream, maybe let's just for an example, let's say glucose maybe is 10% and we want it to be 10% in the bloodstream. If everything is fine, it's going to pass. This 10% is going to pass up until it reach the last cell there. But the moment we see the decrease, this can be added or this can be added. We are fine. Now we can move on. 2.6.1 but Barnyaka A number B. But identify gland A, that the pancreas we've said doesn't have E, man. Why do I get this E? And then number C, hormone C, glucagon, right? Glucagon. And then 2.6.2 there. But a certain disorder causes decreased production of hormone B, right? A certain disorder is going to this one, right? You know the disorder now. That the disorder that comes with insulin, diabetes, Italy insulin, goiter, Italy thyroxine, right? Those are the two that we are going to. And then the dwarfism and the giantism, you know, growth hormone, right? So a certain disorder causes decreased production of hormone B. This is the disorder that is causing the production, right? So the insulin is because now you can see that your body can use insulin. It's just that your body doesn't have enough of that insulin. So that way we can inject that insulin. Right, I told about you yesterday that diabetes, we have two types of diabetes. We have the one that the body cannot produce the insulin. It means that when we inject you, the body can use that insulin. And we also have the other one that the body can produce the insulin, but where now your liver and your body cells, they cannot use that insulin to convert glucose into glycogen. I hope you understand that. So this one is the disorder. But explain how this will affect the blood glucose level. So you can see if we don't have insulin there, if you don't have the insulin, the glucose there, the blood glucose, right? We say the blood glucose will rise, right? Will rise and not being able to reduce or to balance, to maintain, to balance, not being able to reduce to balance, because we don't have the insulin to convert, right? Due to not having sufficient or enough insulin to convert what? Glucose into glucagon. Where? In the liver and the body cells. So this is what you can say, right? However you can say it ubonsori udlala ka pen, right? Ufundile, guys. Show them, hey, come this side, come now. Let me give you glucose and let me see. Hence back then we had our Africans baba sajis tricky, like they know honey as but not artificial they understand the honey, the sugar cane, the what up until the white came with the processed sugar. And then now things they start to rob us now. Hey, this thing be too nana balungu. But this is Rainbow Nation, guys. Rainbow Nation, we not to say we are gays and lesbian, but that is the Rainbow Nation. I can see Leon, this thing of saying South Africa is Rainbow Nation. and then the rainbow be two nana. If I post this with a rainbow flag, little tomona hanura, maybe Mr. Pepu ki gay. Because that is what the rainbow flag is representing these days, right? You post something with a rainbow flag, but hence they say, at the end of the day they say, hey, South Africa is a rainbow nation. So yeah. They were saying rainbow in the color, right? Skin color. We have white, we have brown, we have black, we have purple, we have any color, we have albinos, we have, right? So hence now we use the rainbow color. Even our flag there, it has blue, white, green, red, yellow up there. Yeah. So our South African flag. Where's our I don't have my South African flag here. So let's move on. Number B, name the disorder, and then the disorder diabetes, right? You say diabetes mellitus, right? So 2.6, 2.6.3, and they were banning it ka DA. Hey, mara, what? You saw that thing. The DA people, they were banning a South African flag. And then I think hey, politically on we will have time right after our examination in June. We can have time. Maybe we can go live, or we can just book a trip, go somewhere as African transcribers. Maybe a school trip. Yes. How about that, guys? How about we have a trip, right? Let's do like this. How about we have a life science trip, right? And then this life science trip, maybe we can go to a certain place in Africa. We have Freedom Park, we have anyway, right? We agree we are going to learn about out of African hypothesis. So we can go to those places that we can Egypt there, the pyramids and what there, where we have our heritage as Africans being rooted, right? Maybe not Egypt, because Egypt will need more money. Mapungubye here, we have Mapungubye, we have the Sekel stone in Mpumalanga, right? Enzalo yelanga, the calendar, what I don't know what they call it, Adam's calendar. And then we also have Mapungubye, we have right, those places we can go there, man. So guys, comment and get the comment section, guys. We can go there, nyana. Then have that picnic or have that session, right? We have a hall, maybe we do a hall, then Lina, you come and join as a seminar, right? And then I will be speaking there, like face to face with you, engaging with you with our hypothesis of out of Africa. Where did we start? Bo maponga nyana vibe, you know, bo DJs nyana vibe, you know, those people that now we take them as the reasoners of our African heritage or African history, right? We do that. We can do that, guys. We can do that. And here's the number 071-190-6168. I have FNB, I have Capitec. If you want to send the money to say, Mr. Pepu, let's go, I'm paying, or whatever the amount that you want to pay. If it's 50 rand, you'll pay 50 rand. Maybe because we will have people, maybe like, let's just say we are going to Mapungubye. People who are in Mapungubye, Limpopo, what, we won't have to spend much on transport, right? Compared to someone from Rustenburg, Western Botswana, up there, right? Or Western Cape. So this is the number, guys. If we are going, let's go. Hashtag Shosholoza. Our train is taking us further north, right? We are going to the north, Zion. So let's go, guys. Let's go. I'm excited. This just crossed my mind now, but I'm proposing it to you today, Thursday. So let's go, guys. Let's have a date, and then after having a date, let's see. Let's organize a hall. Right? Then from there we can discuss about our African heritage. Then we move on. 2.6.3. Scientists have been investigating the use of adrenaline as a treatment for people who cannot produce the hormone C. Hormone C, it is glucagon. Glucagon, it is going to convert glycogen into glucose. So adrenaline, what is the function of adrenaline? Or what did we learn that adrenaline is going to do in our liver? It's going to increase. Adrenaline increases what? Liver glucose production, increase glucose production, right? Or secretion. By production, let's use production, because production from the liver, So let's see, this is what we learn, but explain why this treatment may work. Why if you are not producing glucagon to have back to get back that energy, we can just give you adrenaline shots. Those people that we know that we were people that inject the adrenaline shot. For what reasons, I don't know. I don't even want to know. And now you can also use, or you can teach your body adrenaline rush. What you see, when this adrenaline is being produced, your liver is going to it's like you are restocking. You are removing the wall cell. Like you have a wall cell. We did an example of a whole cell, right? You are picking your glycogen here, you are picking your glycogen. So with this adrenaline rush, it's like you are now using all that glycogen. You are now going to pack it for afresh, the new one, right? So we can advise you to. We can also add it in our adventure trip here. As our adrenaline rushing thing, you understand? But God's window, South Africa, Mara guys, let's do this, guys. We're punchy jumping. We can go there and do that. It's a school trip, Yanir. When you come with your uniform, wherever you are from, the jacket, the jacket, metric 20 class of 2024. During history, guys. Metric class of 2024. I can remember 2024, 1994. It is our 2024. I guess that's what they're saying. In 1994, we were not there. So now let's do something. Yeah. Chelang, guys. You could play the message from here. The moment I send this video and see 5 views, 4 views, I will be expecting to see the SMSs and the message and the direct message to the WhatsApp. Mr. People, let's go. And then you suggest, where can we go? Hey, we have many places. In South Africa. We have even in Africa. I think we'll be learning the out of Africa hypothesis, the part that we are going to learn next week when we come back that side after June. We'll do this after June examination. We relax, we go and party, then we come back, we do the last 3 parts out of Africa, now knowing, they've mapungubye, we have where. Muna. Let me not get excited. Let me finish this year, guys. But consider it, guys. Consider it, guys. If you want us to go, or if maybe you have a parents and your parents have money or they are moneyed, not that like they are throwing it away. Like they can help us say, hey, I'm sponsoring this trip of yours, Mr. Pepu. I'm sponsoring kabasi. I'm sponsoring ka shosholoza, guys. The entire train, guys. Guys, make the things happen. Connect those who can connect the dots, those who can wire, guys, those who can send. I have sent the impulse now. I've sent the stimuli. Now it's your time as a receptor to recept and send the stimuli to the relevant people. If you know you can say, hey, ma'am, there is a Mr. Pepu. Yes, that is what the function of sensory neuron, right? And then that side, Babu so Bobo Ramaphosa, very high, Mr. Pepu, from Department of Basic Education. Here's the sponsor. Go and learn those places that you are talking about. Let your dream come true. But I'm excited, guys. So let's do this, right? So we are done 2023. I'm just wasting your time, unnecessarily so. But as kids, right, I enjoy being with you. Even though I don't know you, even though you don't know me, but I enjoy, guys. I enjoy. For you to enjoy me speaking or talking like this means a lot. And for me to enjoy you without me knowing you, but just in my mind, having it in my mind that someone will be listening. That is the communication that we'll have to communicate, guys. Telephonically, whatever. Life science and technology, right? We are also engaging our mind with our scientists. We are dealing the science here and technology, the science of life, right? The organism. When we say this is an organism, what is the futures? What is it that is happening for us to say this is an organism? And for us to place these organisms in a rank, we have to now stand up and put those organisms that they interpret more things, like a human being. A human being, you can talk, you can even talk with the dog again. You can say dog, but the dog cannot send a message to me. But as a human being, I can send a dog, I can say, hey Bobby, I saw this video, the guy was sending the dog to go and call his friend. So you see, we are the most developed, we are the last AI. I'm the missing link of this illusion. I don't know. How can F West have so Kishaba copyright. Kishaba copyright. Kishaba batlong copyright. It's not like hey, le 1 point that's 20 tabe. 1 point batlo ba ba copyright mo ba re re berekisa dipina tsa batho ba bang without their consent. 1.1.3 the diagram below represent the events that occur during the homeostatic control of blood glucose. Right now we know what is happening with our blood glucose, but the level of glucose in blood decreases. We are going down. We have to the scale is going down. We have to push it up. We are pushing it up by doing what? Producing that glucagon. The glucagon is going to do what? It's going to convert that glycogen. It's going to convert that glycogen to glucose, now bringing our scale up. So here we want to produce that glucagon to do what? To convert that glycogen. Then the glycogen being converted to what? To glucose, now bringing back our homeostasis. So you can see, but the gland X detect the changes. Which is the gland X? Will be the pancreas, right? You'll agree with me here. And then our level of hormone Y increases. Hormone Y here will be our glucagon there. Glucagon. So let's see. But which one of the following represent gland X and hormone Y? Gland X, pancreas, yes, these two. And then this one has to be glucagon. Then answer will be A there. Why not talk A? So this question here also gives us understanding here where now you understand that 1.1.3. If you didn't get it by luck, you understand when. If you didn't get that 1.1.3 by A, B, C, D, malala, po, when you are ready to move on, when you are ready to play the big leagues now, you are ready to utwarom konto and move forward. You are ready. You are well cooked. You are ready to move on now. You are ready to move to the stage 2 of the voyage. But the duct, excuse, let's finish this fast, guys. I was not expecting, or I was not planning to waste your time. You still remember this, right? I was not planning to waste your time, guys. It's just that Lina get carried on, and then you see when I'm with you guys, guys, we manage to laugh. We forget the problems that we have been eaten and stuff, right? 3.2, your work, you can only just subscribe and like, guys, and comment there, whatever you want to comment. Thank you for those who are commenting. Thank you for those who are watching my videos, those who are liking, guys. I really appreciate those likes, guys. Ni endla munhu vanhu va ka hino ni kwi mana vanhu va ka hino machangana ni le kwi matsonga sorry vatsonga va le kwi akiri va ravanya ku ro machanga mavanya ku bitswa machangana so vatsonga ni le kwi va ka vana va ka hina vana va ka hina va ku Limpopo nani le kwi bulovethu nani le ni khokhai bana le na Masuthu ka mo le kokai bana ba ka rona tota liko ka, where are you? And then Zulus, I know we have Zulus. Sothos, I know. Vendors, I know we have vendors. I saw some comment about Rodibua, someone named Rodibua. She was saying that Rodibua, yes, she was saying Rodibua, thank you. And then yeah, shows that vendors are there. We are representing unfortunately we are representing all Africans, guys. We are all African. Before, when you become vendor, before I become Zulu, before I become Tswana, before I become Pede, Shona, Congo, Zungu, West, East, Malawi, Kenya, Somalia, Burundi, where. We are Africans. We are breathing the same oxygen. If tomorrow, let's today's an example, like we have Russia, and then we know that Russia, they have those missiles, those mass of destruction weapons, you know, right? So if they say tomorrow they are deciding to go and bomb Congo, all of us, we are going to be affected. If tomorrow they said, let's use this bomb to South Africa, the radiation is going to affect all of us. So, scala song, guys, scala song. If we are getting affected, we are all being affected. If we are saying, hey, climate change is changing, we are all being affected. We are all in one under umbrella of Africa. So before, when I say, I'm from Polokwane, I'm Mpedi, I'm from KwaZulu Natal, I'm Zulu, Mpumalanga, Johannesburg, that's it. We are taking it. And then Shona, Botswana, Tswanas, where are you? The Tswanas. Then we have Botswana, and then we have Northwest re na le bone Masotho ke Batswana. It's what that part, then that would shoot it to Morocco, to Egypt, recover naga e ka moka ya rena. So adrenaline, guys, learn what is adrenaline in your body. This you know this this guy street quiz. The guy goes around asking people, can you please show us where is here in Africa, Kenya, there in Kenya. Can you please show us esophagus? People, they will be pointing the arms, they will be pointing the head. Can you please show me where there is a stomach? Someone will be showing, they will be pointing the knee. You see, people, they need to be educated, guys. We need to be educated. So when I say where is an adrenaline, whether this part is not called adrenaline, at this moment it does not matter. Whether in your language you call this part whatever, what at that moment it does. We are going to call it adrenaline gland and we move on. When we say hey, is adrenaline gland another problem, we know what we're talking about. Then when I stop this thing at tribalism, hey, we call it in Chitsonga, we call it this, kidney, in what we call it this, it's a kidney. They've colonized us, they've taken the language, we are using it now. They've given us the language, right? They've given us the education, so we are using it. So we are moving on. What is this? This is an adrenal gland. On top of what? On top of a kidney. What is the function of adrenal gland? It functions in a salt reabsorption and in adrenal production. What's the function of adrenaline? That adrenaline is going to prepare my body for fight or flight. And then for me to activate that adrenaline, I can just go and jump over the cliff. That adrenaline, I can feel it. Then if I mastered the process of not behaving or not reacting in this adrenaline, that's where this guy. This guy only, you have balls when. That's the thing. So let's move on before we can 30 minutes we are done. Identify organ X, kidney, right? Number A, what too much? That's the problem. Kidney, that's the problem. I talk too much. Number B, the system to which the adrenal gland belongs. It belongs in endocrine. If I was just endocrine system, if maybe I was just talking non-stop and you were answering, it was you were also going to be good. So I'm sure you were not answering. But state two characteristics of the type of glands that belongs to the system. Identify the two characteristics of endocrine. They are ductless, right? Ductless. They don't have duct, right? Another thing, they secrete to the bloodstream, That's the function of this, the characteristics of this endocrine system. 3.2.3. But describe the interaction between the adrenaline gland and organ X, pituitary adrenal. Describe the describe the interaction between the adrenal gland and organ X in maintaining homeostasis when the salt level in the blood are low, right? So we can start with the kidney or we start with the adrenal. Where is the salt being recepted in our kidney, right? Where in our afferent artery. Those afferent artery, they're going to dictate the high, when it's low, right? They're going to dictate the low of our blood content salt, right? When the low is why the blood salt is low, you know, inside our nephron, that's where we are going to have filtration, and then this filtration, we are going to have the filtrates there, and then our adrenaline gland is going to produce a hormone called aldosterone, and this aldosterone, what it's going to do is going to form the permeability of our duct there. We have a duct, this will be our nephron, and then this will be the duct, and then this will be our capillaries. We did this, right? So this aldosterone is going to make this wall to be permeable to our salt, and then our salt is going to accumulate the outer side of our duct, and then our capillaries is going to reabsorb that salt back to our blood, and by doing that, we'll be bringing back that balance or that scale of our salt. We'll be bringing the salt content up to the normal or to the homeostasis 3.2.4. 3.2.4. But explain the effect that a secretion of pituitary gland will have on organ X when a person experiences dehydration. You see 5.5, right? You can see it's 5.5 here, right? So here they will want us, or they want us to start with Dehydration, right? We start with the dehydration, and then in hypothalamus, you know that in hypothalamus we have all receptors called osmoreceptors. Those osmoreceptors, they are going to recept, right? Well, you know that negative feedback start with recepting, and this one they are going to recept that decrease in our blood level called dehydration. When the blood decreases, we call you are dehydrated, and when you have more blood, more water in your blood, we say you are hydrated. So those osmoreceptors, they are going to recept the dehydration, and then after recepting the dehydration, the message will be sent to pituitary gland to produce ADH, because here we are only referring to our pituitary gland. Then this ADH is going to be produced by our pituitary gland, and then this ADH is going to affect our nephron where in our kidneys. Then inside our kidneys, those nephrons, they are going to be permeable to water, and then we see the water leaving our duct there and then be absorbed by our capillaries like that. So these capillaries will be absorbing that water there, and then by doing that, the water will be coming up and then balancing that dehydration. So when we say dehydration, you have no water. When we say you are hydrated, you have water. So you'll agree with me. We are done for today, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing me. Thank you for listening to me. And thank you guys for choosing Mr. Paper. Until we meet again tomorrow, we are done for the day, guys. Today's date 09/05/2024. We are done for the day, guys. Up until we meet tomorrow, Friday. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely week. Let's meet tomorrow. If you don't hear from me, you will see me on the other side. Quoting Makado Rick again. So thank you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing me. If you don't hear from me, we will see you, or we will meet at the other side. So thank you for being here, guys. If you know better, you will do better. My name is Mr. Pepo, signing out. My name is Mr. Pepo Mlambo, the life science teacher. Peace, guys, peace. Let's meet tomorrow. Thank you. Sharp. Peace. Kotsonga welilena. Mlado kove na watu bote. Kurula kove nani. Kutula kove nani. Kurula kove na ngwina. Mulado ube na watu bote. Peace.